Are we gonna get a little lambish?
Princess of the Bear, today we're chilling at home because we have a brand new product review just for you.
Juicy Marbles released a lamb-ish dish, so we're gonna try it.
We're gonna try it out because it's your number one choice in foodie infotainment. We do these things so you don't have to, because remember, she's vegan. I'm not. I definitely do not take the red pill.
It's time to foodie and chill.
A few minutes later,
we have a beautifully pan-seared lamb with pommes frites.
all the things.
Garlic frites, actually. Garlic rosemary frites. And then the sauces.
We have the vegan chimichurri and a
Roasted garlic and Dijon. With rosemary.
Okay. So we tried to pair all the flavors together, as we do with any dish, a restaurant would do. This is obviously not our first time cooking Juicy Marble products. It cooked about the same as the other ones, I would think. Little delicate, but the fillets are just about the same. You have to be really careful how you pick them up in a skillet because they're very threaded and they will like fall apart if you're not. So like the Princess is perfect. Mine looks a little bit mangled. And I kind of, blackened the garlic. But
well, that's the fillets in general. I think from Juicy Marbles usually can get little shredded because they want you to be able to use them for things like tacos and things, which is cool. This is a recipe somewhat of a recipe that was on the Juicy Marbles website. They had a green peppercorn sauce recipe, but those ingredients are not easy to find in our area. So we kind of went with something that was sort of like that, but then this one's more inspired by the Be Our Guest restaurant at Disney's Magic Kingdom. So we have some sauces, we have some frites, and we have a beautiful piece of lamb.
Yeah, so I guess all the fluff and all the lamb fur, lambless fur, we're just here to dive in at this point. Napkins, like a civilized bear. I got some home training. The Princess trains me, mostly. I know where the bathroom is. That's all that really matters at the end of the day. And how to put the toilet seat down. So, I guess we're just going to dive right in.
Let's start with just the lamb by itself.
See how it cuts. A nice little skin on it.
It kind of just falls apart.
It does.
It looks kind of like red, like a reddish meat. But it's still
very well cooked. These don't take very long to cook at all. It's like 8 minutes. We cook it a little bit longer just to make sure. But yeah, it comes off very threaded.
Cheers.
We use really just basic seasoning. The recipe on the box calls for just oil and garlic. Mm-hmm. We did, I don't even know oil, it's oil and salt on the box. We use oil, salt, garlic, and a little bit of rosemary. Just a little hot butter on top.
Earth Balance butter, not oil.
But it cooked rather well. I like the texture of it. It is still the same thready that you're used to. The taste is slightly different than the fillets.
Yeah, the fillets and the ribs have more of a smoky flavor. This one has more of a deep meaty flavor. I think meaty meat is an appropriate name for this dish for this type of meat because it is a meaty meat. In my opinion. It
feels more roasty than smoky this time.
Yes.
Which I think lends well, especially when you start to blend this into other dishes. You won't have an overpowering smoky flavor. Mm-hmm. I think it will blend well with most spices and things that you add to it, which is why we have two sauces, because obviously if you're gonna put this in a gyro or tacos, you want to know that it can take the sauce. It's not just going to fall apart or disintegrate or overpower the sauce in those cases. So let's find out. I usually feel Beyond, since this was one of the first, is the template, and Beyond's great. but beyond, it's very hard to season.
What are you doing first? Chimichurri?
Yes, chimichurri first.
All right, let's do chimichurri.
A little dip. A little vegan chimichurri found at the stove. The chimichurri, it's like a vinegary, herb-based flavor. Even with the lamb, you get to taste the lamb, but the chimichurri is still there. Neither one is overpowering the other, and I like that. But then the lamb or meaty meat does take well to having that sauce on top. You get like all of the flavors. It's a flavor journey. Not like Hobbit level, but like it's a journey maybe like across town instead of like into Mordor.
I would say that it's a very herbaceous chimichurri more than like what we usually do. Of course, it's like mostly just ground up herbs anyway, but this one has like a little bit of a kick at the back end. I would give it like a 3 out of 10 on the heat scale. So I took a little bite of some frite to like kind of finish that, and it kind of helped me go on this beautiful ride of like savory and earthy and then spicy and then just kind of like rosemary.
If you're asking me about heat level, that chimichurri on its own, maybe like a 0.5. I detect something close to heat in the back of my throat, but it's more like a hand warmer and less like an open fire. Let's go ahead and try this Dijon mustard, garlic, and rosemary, which really matches what we did with the cook on the meaty meat itself.
So it really is like very red. Like it literally looks like red meat.
It is. But a lot of lamb that you get will also be like a little bit on that side. Ooh, I like the skin on the bottom. That looks nice. This dippy dip in the trippy trip.
Ooh.
I'm using my fingers, don't judge me. I just lost it in the mustard.
Okay, that was like the winning sauce. 1000%. That is how you do this lamb.
Oh yeah.
I love it. And with the fries too, everything is great. This is a perfect dish. You can cook this in like, well, I mean, the fries take about an hour, but the whole meal would probably take that duration. So you could make this like easily on a weeknight.
Yeah. And most of that is like prep for the fries. The prep really on the immediate meat was defrosting it, which you can do earlier. Getting it out of the package, it took less than a minute.
Yeah.
And then heating the skillet, 30 seconds to a minute, because we use a cast iron in this case instead of like a regular skillet. And you can use any skillet. We just prefer to use a cast iron for something like this. And then it cooked like, I would say we probably cooked around 10 minutes instead of the 8, just to make sure we got it brown on all sides. But it cooked up rather well. We could do this like post-dinner.
Absolutely.
Or like post-work dinner, like easily without, stressless meal. I would say that like, these are, so in each box is one of these.
So these are 2. We have 2.
2. And would you think this is like, is one enough for like a meal? Or do you think you would need 2?
I think this is enough for a meal.
I think this is a good size of meal. I think like after we eat this, I will be comfortably full.
Yeah.
No, not like wheelbarrow, let me unloosen the belt full, but it's good. And then like we ordered.
Well, okay, well, it went by ounces, so I just
it
went to the max, and it wasn't that expensive. It was like, well, that's subjective, but it's we got 12, and it was only $96 for the 12.
So I mean, just sort of a few dollars per box for each. So not terrible if you break it up, and we'll be able to eat this as like quick dinners. We'll probably save some for like Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah, make it a Wellington or something.
We have friends over. We are always trying to get friends to eat Juicy Marble.
Yes.
Like I think we actually saved a loin to give to a friend last time we did. We love Juicy Marble. Each new product, we get more and more excited because like the things that we can do with this, the ideas that I have to do with this are literally like, like little like lamb medallions. You could do that with like cauliflower puree or like some asparagus. Like you can make a nice looking dinner plate with this, or you can literally just heat it up and eat it with fries. It's got versatility, and that's like the key of like vegan food. Like vegan food can be kind of intimidating. This I think it takes the intimidation factor out of a little bit because like here you have your protein and you just add sides and you got a meal.
Yeah.
And it's better than like, it's just like you would pick up a lamb or a steak from the grocery store, cook it, and then eat. And I mean, I don't have any complaints. I would give the lamb on wholesome as a whole. I would probably rate the entire package a 4.5 out of 5 claws.
I agree with that. I would also do a 4.5 out of 5 vegan lambs.
Yes. I think that Juicy Marble has a really unique product, even though we've tried some similar to that, like a chunk food steak that you can only get commercially. I love the flavor and the texture. I just wish that the lamb itself was a bit more thready, less thready, and more like easy to cut into like different shapes. This will tear apart
like
and add anything easy, yeah. But as far as like
or the loin,
trying to do different chops or like lining it up, I feel like in most cases, unless you have like the sharpest of knives, it's going to fall apart under a knife, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
No.
It's more aesthetics.
Yeah.
The flavor, absolutely amazing, and we will be eating more of these.
100%. I agree.
So, but we need to know what you guys think. Given the little display, what we've seen, do you think Juicy Marble Meaty Meat, lamb-ish flavor, ish, the dash little ish, is this something you think you could add to your plant-based meals, something that you like?
Do it.
Let us know in the comments below. Now, if there's any other product, Juicy Marble, otherwise you'd like to see us do, that will always be the place to find us. Hit the notification bell. You'll see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear will yeet himself to Juicy Marbles and never return.
I was really afraid that she was going to say she was going to roast me, like the lamb.
I'm vegan.
But maybe I've eaten enough grass. But yeah, getting eaten off Juicy Marble doesn't sound so bad. That sounds like a good deal. But you know, you heard the girl.